If you, did you figure it out? Are you recording? Okay, okay. Then we'll just have to have you upload it after. Okay, so Success Starters. Casey and Amanda are locking in their first month of Success Starters, which means they hit Success Club in their first month of coaching. If they lock in Success Club their first 3 months, they will earn a free ticket to Summit. So I'm excited for you guys and excited to see you at Summit. Our cruise is in how many days? Like 53 days or something like that. I haven't been keeping track the last couple days. Super excited about this trip. We've had a few adjustments to the itinerary, and Denise is now coming with us too. So I'm excited for you guys and can't wait to spend a few days in paradise. Sunset Wave is the wave we are going on our Success Club trip in 2020. If you haven't gotten on this wait list yet, new coaches, brand new coaches, veteran coaches, if you're not on this list, you will not get invited. Write down this URL right now. Every single one of you better be on this list. Every single one of you. successclubtrip.com/2020. You don't know what tomorrow's gonna bring. You don't know what next month is gonna bring. You don't know who's gonna come to you. You don't know if all of a sudden you're gonna rock this business like it's no tomorrow, and if your name is not on this list, you will not go. You have to get on this list if you want any chance in going. So successclubtrip.com/2020. If your name is on the list and you decide not to go, that is fine. You have that option later, but you won't get the chance to go if your name is not on the list. We've got this list is growing, our Coach Summit house list. I know that there's a few other people that are registered that haven't gotten on our house list yet, so I'm excited to see this list keep growing. We have until the end of the month. No, I guess the end of March. We have until the end of March to decide who's staying in the house. And then I will get rid of other houses that we don't need. So if you want to go, you need to reserve your spot in the house so that way I don't pay for houses that aren't filled, okay? Our Diamond Retreat, we will continue talking more about next week. We will focus on the Diamond Retreat and how to get there and more details on that. Team Cup. Team Cup, guys, last day to register. If you are not on a Team Cup team, message me or your coach, like right now. Go away from this call right now and message me or your coach if you are not on a Team Cup team. I'm not saying if you don't want to be on a Team Cup team. I'm saying if you are not on a Team Cup team, message me or your coach right now. All right, new call time, guys. Moving forward, I know a lot of you work. I know a lot of you can't make these noon calls, and I know a lot of people catching the recording can't make these noon calls. So we will be switching our team calls to 8 p.m. Eastern on Thursdays. Please make a conscious effort to be at these calls. That's why I'm switching it. This is not convenient for me. This is for you. I am switching this because this is for you and I want you to be on the call. If you are not on these calls and we're seeing low attendance again, I will bring it back to where it's convenient for me. So please show up to these calls, 8 p.m. Thursdays. You get more out of them when you listen to them live. You get the opportunity to ask questions and participate in the team and show your face and be part of the team. All right, I'm gonna stop sharing real quick, then I'm gonna chat for a minute, and then Taylor's gonna take over. We've got some things that we are going to be implementing in the team, some different leadership type stuff. So Taylor's been doing some trainings, I've been doing some trainings, and I say Taylor. Taylor is our 2-star on our team. We have several diamonds on our team, several diamonds that are pushing for Star Diamond and 2-star Diamond. We are going to open up our team page, the Team Transforming Coach community, as a hub. We want the teams on this team to feel like that is their team page and that they can plug in even if I'm not their upline. So we are going to make that our team hub. I'm going to, after this call, make Taylor an admin of that, and anyone who hits 2-star gets to be an admin of that page. So in that page, I want you to know that you, like 2-star and above is when you really become a leader on this team, right? A leader who is building a significant business, and 2-star is kind of where Beachbody looks at you as a true leader, and you get invited to the extra leadership parties. You get added to extra like push groups and stuff. That's when you can hit Premier. That's when you're really showing that you are building a business with this organization. So I'm going to make Taylor an admin of this, and we are going to do 2 things in that group every day. One of us is going to go live every day and talk to you guys about what we're doing in our business that day, to show you that we are showing up every single day and that you don't think that we built a team and now we get to sit back and relax. No, we bust our butts every single day. Okay, so we're going to go in the team page and explain what we're doing as the leaders on the team. So in addition to our power hours, the extra things that we are doing is to give you some ideas of things you can be doing to build your own teams. We're also going to have a conversation help thread each day. So if you need help with a conversation, we're going to have a thread in there where you can like put your screenshots and ask for help. And that way, if you're stuck in a conversation, you can always go back and look there too and see if there's an answer for you. Make sense? It'll just be an extra place for help. We have a new coach training, the new coach training for next month. It's going to continue in Slack, but it's going to revert back to our old style. So if you participated, you meaning probably Holly, Ashley, probably Heidi was in it, Ashley Durrett, probably Tasha. You all participated in our training last June, July, and it was amazing. Remember when it was rocking? We're going back to that same style. So we're going to go back to that same style that we did last year. Obviously, we changed things to try to see what works better. We are going to go back to that because it worked really well last year. We're going to see if it still works well this year. Sarah Hollis is going to lead that team training for us. So she is going to lead the training. If you add people to that training, we show up as leaders, right? We show up and support our team and we help answer questions and do those things. It will remain in Slack because and we are going to be sterner about keeping everything in. So like answering in a message or like a comment to the post so that it's not a super messy thing. We're going to do a kickoff call on Sunday evening. And it's going to be 15 minutes kickoff call, show everybody how to use Slack, use an example of how to comment on the post rather than post in the thread, just to kind of clean up the page a little bit. So if you have people to add to that, please message me or your coach so we can get you and your people tied into that new training. What else do we have? We've got a diamond push thread. Who here is pushing for diamond? Even if you're like far reach away, you want to be a diamond coach this year. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now I see some hands. We are going to have a diamond push thread. So in order to be in this thread, so the chatterbox is going to remain. The chatterbox is going to remain. I'm not going to add anyone new to that chatterbox. That's kind of intense. So I'm going to leave the chatterbox where it is. I'm not going to super be active in it unless you tag me, and then I will be happy to answer questions. But we're going to have a new thread that is going to be Emerald and Success Club. If you are working your business and pushing towards diamond, you get to join this thread. We will reevaluate the thread every month and add the people that are pushing towards diamond, so they're Emerald or above. They are Emerald, I should say. They are Emerald and hit Success Club the month before. And we're going to work with you to hit diamond. Cool? I'm excited about that. If you drop Emerald in that month, I will kick you out. Because this is for people that are really pushing and working their businesses. Every day we will talk about a daily recap of what did you do to move your business forward. And on Thursdays, we will post our diamond trackers to see where we are going with our businesses, so that we are constantly moving forward. This will be really to help those people. And in addition to that, to help you get into that group and to help you grow to diamond, the second Monday of every month, we are starting, I know this is a lot of information, guys, but this is gonna be so good for all of you and your teams. We are starting a Emerald Factory. We are gonna pump emeralds out of this team. So it's a 10-day training. It'll start the second Monday of the month, and you have to pay $5 to participate. And when you hit Emerald, you get an equal cut of the pie. There'll be a pot. So if 10 of you join, there will be $50 in the pot. If 2 of you rank advanced, you each get $25. If all of you rank advanced, you all get your $5 back. And as the diamonds on the team who are adding people to that, we will even sweeten the pot and add a little bit more cash for you. Okay? It will help motivate you guys to rank advanced to Emerald. But if you're already Emerald, it's going to be for Emerald 2 times, Emerald 3 times, and Emerald 4 times to help you build a diamond. So you can participate in this as many times as you want, as long as you are adding one person on each side of your business each month. You can earn an equal pot every single month. Make sense? Okie doke. You can even sign in. You can even join that as a spouse if you wanted to. Like, I'm going to enroll in this Emerald Factory under my spouse's name. So that way you can build your spouse to Emerald. And it'll give you a sweeten the deal to help push you to Emerald. The training is amazing. It's new training. You've never seen it before. It's actually produced by one of the top 10 coaches. So it'll be amazing content, extra accountability. Alrighty, 2 more things. I already talked about Team Cup. Flash sale, again, we mentioned it. It's going on today and tomorrow. If you're not in there and you want to be, message me or your coach, and let's make this happen. New coach call is this Sunday at 8:45 p.m. Okay, so that's for any of your new coaches and the leader. Okay, all right, I'm going to pass over, well, Miss Holly is going to pass over the baton to Taylor. Taylor's going to share her screen and share a little bit about attraction marketing. She's been doing some training on attraction marketing, so I think that this is a good flow into getting more eyes on your posts.
Okay, let's see if everybody can see my screen. Can everybody see that okay? Okay, sweet. Okay, so as I go through this, so this is a training that, or it was like a master class that myself, Holly, and Tasha all participated in yesterday. It was free, super valuable information though that specifically speaks to our business. It was from someone who is not in the network marketing industry, but used to be. So kind of like what Stephanie was talking about earlier, people who were successful network marketers know how to coach successful network marketers. So I think this all ties in together to the training that she's taking as well and kind of relaying that information to us. This was kind of like an aha thing to me. And I hope it will be for you guys too. So this is on the attraction marketing process, creating valuable content so that you can pitch to your niche market. And so the reason I actually have these 2 photos right here is because to me, my niche is basically like mountain girls who love their dogs and maybe want some freedom from, debt or finances, but they love being outside. They love hiking. I have a pretty specific niche with that. And that's the only reason I reached out to Holly is because this was her profile picture. And I was like, boom, this girl is my person. We are interested in the same things. I think that we would get along super well. And obviously now she's on this call. She's the leader on my team. So I think niche marketing and just establishing your niche in general is something that kind of goes over our heads and we don't really think about, but we need to start. So first of all, what is attraction marketing? Attraction marketing is simply the culmination, this is going to have a lot of big words in it because it's the official definition. The culmination of your marketing efforts to draw customers to you and your brand. So with any marketing strategy, attraction marketing is going to focus on setting your brand apart from your competitors by making your company or yourself attractive to potential buyers. So to me, in applying this to Beachbody means there are 400,000 coaches out there. Why would someone want you, your brand, not Beachbody, but you as your coach? Because we know when they invest it with us in this business, they're not just investing in a challenge pack. They're investing in you as their coach. They chose you over the, how many people they're scrolling past on their Instagram and their Facebook because you are you and something about you speaks to them. So next question, what obviously is a niche? If it's relating to products, services, or interests that appeal to a small specialized section of the population. So again, your niche is going to be people that you specifically either share the same interests as them. The Energize is kicking in, guys. Sorry. You have a lot in common with them. You have a specific product or service that they can relate to, or it's going to solve a problem for them. So I want you to just kind of keep those 2 ideas in mind as we kind of go through this, because those are the 2 things that are going to tie together. So what are some of the mistakes that people make when they're trying to market? Now, Tasha and Holly, they, like I said, they took this training or this class with me, so a lot of this is going to look kind of familiar. But think of the Pinterest fail. So they see the picture on the left and they're like, oh, that's easy. I can make that. That's not a problem at all. Like, I got this. They might kind of look up a recipe online. It didn't work out for a reason. You know, they saw what they wanted, but there was no system in place for them to get to point B. So it doesn't look so great. They are trying to copy basically what someone else has created, but they don't know exactly how to get there. And so it's not looking so great. It's kind of like a DIY. And so a lot of us have a DIY type of business. We're just trying to recreate what someone else is doing without exactly knowing how to get there. And it looks messy. It doesn't look so great. So here are some of the common mistakes when, like I said, when you're trying to market to people. So think of these two different people here, okay? Hey, I'm Jenny, and I can help you with losing weight, gaining weight, nutrition help, portion control, the paleo diet, the keto diet, bikini competitions, bodybuilding, losing 50 pounds, and freedom from food. Awesome, Jenny. Wow. Sounds like you got a lot going on. The other Jenny is, hey, I'm Jenny. I can help you do exactly what I did, which is lose 50 pounds from home with a detailed fitness program and nutrition guide that works for you. Now, if you need to lose 50 pounds, who are you reaching out to? Are you reaching out to Jenny, that's the Jenny of all trades, that knows absolutely everything? Or are you reaching out to Jenny that sounds like she can solve your problem because she's been there? I think we probably all would choose the girl who isn't quite all over the place trying to talk to everybody, but the girl who specifically is speaking to what you need help with. And again, with kind of trying to market to everyone, like, I know it's difficult because we know that so many people need our help. Like, we know that we can help with a lot of these things, but if we're marketing to all of that, we're just going to get lost in the news feed because people are like, I don't like, I'm confused by that. I'm overwhelmed by this. They're not specifically speaking to me and my needs. So we're almost kind of getting lost in the news feed, if you will, because we're not specifically talking to our people. Excuse me. Mistake number 2, and this, I'm guilty of this, so I want everyone to pay attention to this. Product obsession instead of people obsession. So it's really easy because we know the benefits of, like, Shakeology, for example. We know that's amazing value for a product because it has the prebiotics and the probiotics and the antioxidants. It's got all these, like, amazing benefits that you're going to get. And we want to tell everybody about that. But is someone who's looking for help with losing weight or, you know, fighting belly bloat, like, every time they eat, their stomach bloats up and they're super annoyed with it. If they're reading about this superfood shake that has all these ingredients that they don't even really know what they are, versus I had super bad bloating stuff, like, every time I would eat, which is me, like, this is exactly what happened to me. I used to bloat like crazy. And after a couple days of drinking shakes, that stopped. And I had irregularity for my entire youth, and that stopped. So someone's going to scroll past the listing of all of the features and benefits of a shake because we're not solving a problem for them. We're not proving that we can help them with anything. We're literally throwing a product in their face and we're just listing off the benefits. And I know we love our products. We're a product of the products. We utilize our shakes and our Energize and our Performance line all the time. But we need to specifically be speaking to the problems that were solved as a result of using these products. Does that make sense? Okay, so, and like at the end of the day, businesses are about relationships. So we want to be talking to someone and show them, like, you know, I can help you with this problem because I had this problem. Here's what this product can solve for you, instead of just, well, I use this and I use this and it's great for this and it's on sale and blah, 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 blah. And mistake number 3, again, I think we are kind of all guilty of this because I certainly am myself, and that's chasing vanity. Because more followers does not mean more money. More followers does not mean more people being helped. How many big social media accounts do you see that have 80,000 followers? Just because they have 80,000 followers doesn't mean they have a successful business. Doesn't mean that they are making money. It doesn't mean that they're profitable. It just means they're popular. So we need to focus on the money-making activities that actually make a business profitable versus focusing on the likes and the followers, which we all get caught up in. I get caught up in that all the time. But even if you look at some of the big, like, top coaches, Stephanie being one of them, I mean, they don't have 100,000 followers, and they don't need it. It's because they're speaking to a specific niche of people that they know that they can help. They don't have to talk to 100,000 people. That makes sense. Successful businesses know their niche market, and they know that they can help that specific set of people. So a really good analogy that I heard is speaking to your niche market is like using a dog whistle that can only be heard by dogs. Like, you've ever used one of those, you can't even hear it. Versus just shouting into the news feed of thousands of people, I have this, and this, and I can offer it, and people scroll right past and you don't even get seen. So by targeting, for lack of a better word, a specific set of people whose problems you can solve versus trying to help every single person out there and just getting skipped over because you're not solving a specific problem for them, is what's going to definitely drive your business forward. Is that making sense to everyone so far? Okay. So the method that they kind of covered in this class was the serve, solve, sell method. And I sent this to our diamond thread because I was like, holy crap. Everything that all the trainings that we're doing right now are kind of all tying together. Like Stephanie was saying before, we need to remember why we started this business, because that's coming from a place of our hearts. We're serving people who needed exactly what we needed served to us, if that makes sense. So serving is going to be creating valuable content that pitches specifically to your niche and the problems that they have. So you're not going to feel like you're always like, oh, what do I post on social media today? Because you know what person you're serving. You know what people you're looking to help, because you know what you're going to solve for them. So here's what I want you to do. You don't have to like put it in the chat box or anything, but write it down. Keep this in the back of your mind forever. What problem did you have that led you to this business? Like Stephanie said, what is your why? Why are you here? Why are you a coach? Why did you decide to get set up with a challenge pack? Why do you drink Shakeology every day? You had a problem that needed to be solved. So what problems have you solved as a result of this business? And it can be on that entire spectrum of starting as a discount coach because you wanted to save money because you needed to lose weight, drinking the shakes that got rid of your belly bloat, that helped your irregularity, that made you feel energized again, that didn't make you hangry at 10 o'clock in the morning, all the way to the other end, which is the business. Financial freedom. What bills have you been able to pay because of you decided that you were going to be a coach on this team? What credit cards were paid off, or what was paid off early? When have you been able to treat yourself to, mani-pedi when before you couldn't afford that? Solving all problems for everyone, like Jenny, who's an expert on absolutely everything, just confuses people. You get lost in the news feed and people don't necessarily feel like you can help them because you're just speaking to 100 different viewpoints. And so the last step is sell. Effective selling strategies begins with knowing who you're serving. And like, sell is always kind of an uncomfortable word for me because I honestly feel like I'm helping people and giving them a gift. But at the end of the day, yes, this is a business that we make money doing. We earn an income if we do this correctly. So when people are saying like, oh my gosh, you're so inspiring, keep it up. That's why I'm liking your post. I just think you're so inspiring. Versus buying, it's because, yeah, you're inspiring, but they don't know if you can actually serve them or solve their problems because you're talking to 100,000 people instead of talking to specifically to your niche and focusing on what the problems you had were and how you solved them and how you can solve that for somebody else. I think that's all I have as far as a presentation. Does anyone have like questions about that? This was me trying to make, I don't know if you guys can see my screen, but this was me trying to make sense of all of the notes that I took yesterday when I was watching that call, because there was just so much good information. And I really think it's almost a scary thought to, she called it niching down, which means like focusing on a smaller group of people rather than thousands. Because you're like, well, wait, I'm going to miss out on all these other people if I only focus on this specific amount. but you're going to have people who are actually attracted to what you're saying and what you're posting because you're talking to them instead of talking to everyone. So that was just like a game changer for me that I really wanted to share with you guys because I think it's really important. Instead of trying to like catch a shark with a shrimp, you know, we're just using the proper bait to catch the right kind of fish, if that makes sense. So I think that's all I have as far as that. I didn't want to make it like super, super long. But yeah, does anybody have any questions? I haven't looked in the chat box, but it looks like there's something in there.
Taylor, why don't you give everyone 3 actionable items that they can take from this and go do today?
Okay. So give me a second. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. So how about, that was actually going to be my last slide and then I got distracted.
It's okay. There's a lot going on today with the flash sale.
Yeah, there is.
I can help too if I've got one if you want.
Sure.
Let's define our whys.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Can you post that slide, the what problem slide, in the team page, and that'll be our first accountability? Or how about in the call page? That way it's somewhere easy to find. In the event page for today, she's going to post that slide of the what problem did we have, how did it get solved, and we need to reflect on that, figure out what is our why. So let's start with that. And if you want, I had another one too.
Go ahead, because it might be similar to what I was going to say.
I was going to say, and create an invite based on your why and not your what.
Okay. I was going to say, I think everyone here has taken the training about the color wheel. I think the color wheel is so undervalued.
I was thinking the same thing when you were talking. The color wheel is exactly what was going through my head.
Yeah, so that can be another thing that I post in the event page because I have it saved somewhere.
Does anyone not know what the color wheel is? Morgan, did you do the color wheel? Okay. If you didn't do the color wheel, please right this second go message your coach and she will hook you up with what the color wheel is and what that means. Because it's a super, super valuable tool to use when creating your posts and like brain dead days and like all that kind of stuff.
And then, so this might be, well, we'll roll that into the third actionable item. From your color wheel, write a public invite, like a post on your social media that's speaking to your niche, speaking to something based off of your color wheel, so that you're not speaking to attention all moms. Like Stephanie is amazing with all of her diastasis recti. That's a specific section of the population that struggles with that, but she's helping so many moms who have it because she's always talking about it, because that is a specific problem that she solved that otherwise wouldn't have been. She would have had to get surgery for it. So I think that's a really like a good jumping point to think of like, what's something specific to me that I solved? Not just like, I lost 5 pounds, I lost 10 pounds. Because we know like people can do that a number of ways. But like I suffered from irregularity. Maybe that might not be what I post on my page today, but it'll be something specific to what I've solved as a result of this business.
Was that Ashley Miller or Ashley Grimm that just said she did, or Ashley Durrett that said she doesn't have Ashley Miller? You don't feel like you have a niche? Okay, let's just chat for a second. Who else feels like they don't have a niche? All these people saying that they don't have a niche. All right, Natasha, you raise your hand. Okay, I want to talk, I've got like 6 minutes before I have to leave, but about niche for a second. I didn't figure out my niche on day one because I didn't even know what the diastasis recti was until like 6 months into my journey. But when I did find that out, it was an obvious niche for me. But my niche is not just that. That's not my only niche. My color wheel, let's talk about the color wheel. That's what you guys need to do. If you have done the color wheel, you should know your niche. If you haven't done your color wheel, you don't know your niche. So my niche is my color wheel. I've got boy mom, because boy moms are very different than girl moms. I'm just saying, they're very different. I should say boy mom life is very different than girl mom life. Then I have farmhouse, obsessed. I'm obsessed with my farmhouse. Like I don't care about fancy wheels on my car. I don't care. I want my house to be perfect That's me. I also have on there that diastasis recti, obviously, fitness, obviously, gummy bears. This is like own color wheel thing. Messy marriage. Y'all, I've got a messy marriage. I love my husband to death in all its pieces, but it's messy, right? Maybe yours is different. Maybe yours is like, we are a very Christian-based marriage. Maybe we are totally into Jeeps. Heidi, duh, Jeeps. Maybe it's dog mom. Like, that's what Taylor connected with Holly over, was like dog mom, wilderness, mountain life. Like, that is part of your niche. That's your people. They get you. It could be you're in that like single stage and you're kind of just wanting a community and you just need that friendship. That is a niche, guys. Talk to that. Talk to those people about how much, not the problems. Don't just talk problems, guys. Talk solutions. So you're struggling to find, like, or you were struggling to find people that like really wanted to do something with their life, people that added value to their future, that like you could be friends with, that weren't out partying every single day. Like, maybe that's your niche, and people finding those people that want to be better and just aren't yet. Ashley, you just had a freaking baby. So yours is postpartum mom right now. That has got to be in your color wheel. Postpartum mom, and you've got to talk to those postpartum moms every freaking day, every day. Also, you've got to talk to the pregnant moms, because after I had a baby, when she was pregnant, I watched her be pregnant and watched her work out every day. People watched you work out every day and were like, oh my God, as you can't breathe and you're still working out. Like, that is what you need to talk about, is talking about you're going to have to share your pregnancy transformations like all the time. So that means you better continue working on your Whole30 and getting those pregnancy transformations. Obviously, any of us, guys, if we don't have a transformation, people aren't going to believe that what we do works. But so there is that component. You have to be proof of the product, but you've got to connect with the people that are on your same journey, right? So I would, Ashley, hone in on pregnancy, working out while you're pregnant, staying healthy while you're pregnant to have a quick recovery, because you look phenomenal after having a baby so soon, and going through that. We could talk, I could add miscarriage to mine and pregnancy loss, and that part of my story, I could add that to it. That is a huge market, and when you open up about that, it's super easy to connect with people over that and to find friendship over that, because no one understands it unless you've been through it, right? You could talk about work life and coach life, and how you are a working person and still able to do this, and you figure it out. There's a few, like several of you still work. You could talk about, there's a ton of things, obviously. I'm just trying to like look at you guys and figure out which ones make sense for you. But does that make sense to everyone? Go ahead, Taylor.
I'm also going to say, like, it's going to change as you go through different phases of your life. Like, right now, I'm in a very transitional phase of my life, and like, my hashtags lately are like purple hair, unicorn hair, because not a lot of people do that. Like, it's kind of a unconventional thing. And so I've been talking to people just based on that, and they're like, oh my gosh, I love it. I'm like, yeah, I quit my job and I was able to finally dye my hair purple. Like, do you have a job that doesn't allow it, or blah, 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 whatever. And you know, we're going to be selling our house, and we're going to be traveling on the road. So I've been starting to implement, because we haven't officially like announced it publicly. But I've been starting to do like life on 4 wheels and like traveling couple and stuff like that to connect with more of that community. Because that's a very small portion of the population who actually wants to like live in a tent or a camper for like half the year and travel and not have a house.
I wouldn't worry about hashtags right now. Just worry about your posts and talking to your people. Worry about narrowing in your messaging and your why and what your purpose is. I'm trying to read over these comments. Questions, guys. I'm sure there's got to be a couple. Okay, so Taylor, I have to run and get the kids. Can you copy and paste real quick out of the chat box the 3 accountability things, and then make 3 separate posts in the event page for those 3 accountability actions? there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 times 4 is 12, 14 people on this call right now. Okay, 14 people on this call right now. I expect 14 people to do these accountability things today, plus the people that catch the recording, because you're all going to go tag your teams. It is important for these calls. Like, I think we all got a lot out of this call. This was a very valuable call, right? I think that it's really important that you go tag your team so that they can get this information as well. Cool? I thank you guys all for jumping on. I really, really appreciate it.